God formally confirmed his covenant with the people of Israel at Mount Sinai. Moses told the people all the words and laws of the Lord, and they answered together, "We will do everything the Lord has said. We will obey." Moses wrote down God's words, built an altar, and set up 12 stone pillars for the 12 tribes. Sacrifices were offered, and Moses sprinkled half of the blood on the altar and half on the people, saying, "This is the blood of the covenant that the Lord has made with you." Moses, Aaron, Nadab, Abihu, and 70 elders went up the mountain and saw the God of Israel. Under his feet was something like bright blue sapphire, as clear as the sky. They ate and drank in God's presence, and God did not harm them. The Lord then called Moses higher up the mountain to receive the stone tablets of the law. God's glory covered Mount Sinai like a consuming fire. Moses entered the cloud and stayed on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights to receive God's instructions. God invited the Israelites to give willingly from their hearts, so that a sanctuary could be built where he would dwell among them. God carefully described the offerings to be brought and gave detailed instructions for making the Ark of the Covenant, the table of the presence, and the golden lampstand, showing that his dwelling place was to be wholly beautiful and made according to his pattern. This chapter teaches Christians that God desires to live among his people and that he values willing hearts more than forced giving. It also reminds us that everything offered to God should be done with reverence and obedience. Just as God promised to meet his people above the ark, he still desires to meet us today, guiding our lives and drawing us closer to his holy presence. God instructed Moses to build the tabernacle, including its curtains, frames, coverings, and the inner veil that separated the holy place from the most holy place, showing that God is holy and must be approached with reverence and order. Every measurement, material, and design was to follow the exact pattern God revealed on the mountain, teaching that worship is not based on human ideas but on obedience to God's word. For Christians, this chapter reminds us that God desires to dwell among his people, but he also calls us to honor him with careful obedience, purity, and devotion. Just as the tabernacle was carefully prepared as God's dwelling place, our hearts and lives should also be prepared as holy places where God's presence can dwell. God instructed Moses to build the bronze altar for burnt offerings, to design the courtyard on the tabernacle, and to provide clear olive oil so the lamps would burn continually before the Lord. The altar was the place where sacrifices were offered, reminding the people that forgiveness and fellowship with God required sacrifice. The courtyard showed that access to God was ordered and sacred, not casual or careless. The continually burning lamps symbolized God's constant presence and guidance among his people. For Christians, this chapter teaches that worship involves sacrifice, obedience, and devotion, and it points forward to Jesus Christ as the perfect sacrifice who makes a way for us to draw near to God. It also reminds us to keep our faith burning daily, honoring God with lives that reflect reverence, gratitude, and continual trust in his presence.
We give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because he's given Jesus Christ.